Take two. We
We're
lost our connection.
We're having technical difficulties like everybody else.
Yeah, just another thing in the world that we are being overwhelmed by at times.
And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about stress all week long, and today we're talking a little bit about overwhelmed is, because we hear that term a lot.
Yeah, I use it. You recognize it, and people are like,
Pulling out our hair. Oh wait, I don't have it.
And we have an expert on hand. He knows the emotion when you're saying you're feeling overwhelmed. It truly is a feeling.
It truly is a feeling. You're feeling overwhelmed, and how I discuss that is really, I move back. Let's take a step back. We're going to talk about 3 ideas along overwhelmed idea. The first is, how do you determine what's fulfilling? What really do you want? Because overwhelmed is this idea of not getting enough. And so...
not getting enough done.
Outcome, there's too much piling on us, there's too much going on that it's pulling us in many different directions. And so really the first thing I think about when we're talking about overwhelmed, or I'm working with somebody that's overwhelmed, is really getting down to what they want. What are the things that they want that they're not getting?
So whether they want...
Hi Kelly, how are you? It's good to see you on here.
Something they...
Tell Gary hi.
Talking about being overwhelmed. So, and it's our own internal thing that we overwhelm ourselves, right?
Right, and how I talk about that is really, we're overwhelmed by not getting what we want. We don't know what we want necessarily. We're just doing a whole bunch of stuff and nothing's getting done. And so, when I talk about overwhelmed, the biggest thing that I look at is, it's not that you're not getting the things done, it's that you're getting so much emotion hitting you at one time that you're not able to process it. And so if you step back, and then look at what you really want, you start moving forward again. Does that make sense?
So what's the best way to know what you want? You write it down?
Yeah, write it down. I make a list of things I want to accomplish. A lot of people call that a to-do list. I don't like that term because I don't like a lot of things to do. That overwhelms me. And so if I think about all of the things that I want to get done, it actually moves my brain, moves my emotional state into accomplishment mode instead of feeling like I got too much to do mode. And so
sometimes, like, we always have things we want to get done.
For sure.
And so one tip that we've been learning to do is to break it down into smaller bite-sized 15-minute tasks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to check off like 15 things instead of that one big task. So that gives me the feeling of accomplishments, which makes me feel more fulfilled.
Yeah. Fulfilled. And so really what we're talking about is, how do we stay fulfilled, or focus on being fulfilled, focus on being successful in what we want and what we want to accomplish. And so it's really that third thing is breaking it down into smaller, more fulfilling tasks that we can do. Our cat is playing all over the place again. They don't do anything until we get on this camera. It's really funny. So the 3 things that we're talking about in overwhelmed is really too much to do and not focusing on what we're accomplishing. The second is thinking that all of this stuff outside of us is overwhelming us, instead of the fact that we're getting really triggered emotionally. And step back, identify our emotions, and then break our tasks into smaller things is the third thing. And so, what you want, what emotions are being triggered because we're not getting it, and then really break our tasks down into smaller bite-sized pieces that we can accomplish, and focus on those accomplishments. Because when we focus on the accomplishments, we start feeling fulfilled. I know I do. It can be the smallest thing. It's like, okay, I got something done. Now I feel better.
Right, what else can I get done? It's a motivating factor too for me.
And the fact is success breeds more motivation breeds more success, and you start to feel fulfilled. You start to feel less overwhelmed when you can see that you have a body or a group of things that are actually accomplished. And so really paying attention to all of that.
Yeah, just acknowledging, breaking it down. Into the smaller pieces, and sharing your accomplishments, I think, are good too. Yeah.
I know when sometimes I like to do stuff and not tell anybody that I'm doing it, and I don't know why I do that, but then when I start to talk about those things that I actually do, I see myself feel lighter and lighter. But I like to take things on. I like to walk around feeling like I'm the only one that's got a lot to do. And it's really separating and disconnecting that I do that stuff. So when I start actually sharing about what I'm doing, sharing with the other people that what I'm accomplishing, they also sometimes want to get on board with it. And so it's really about connecting and talking about what's going on, not about all of the stuff that you can't do, but what's the one thing I can do.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Control what you can, because there's a lot of things out of our control right now.
Like we were talking about the hula hoop, we can do what's in our area of ability at the moment. So anyway, this has been our 10-10 moment. We had a little technical difficulty in the beginning, but we're glad you came on. Kelly, it was great to see you. And Sharon, great to see you too. And we will see you tomorrow, 10-10.
And remember, if you like what you're seeing or you want to hear more about emotions and stress, leave a comment in the box. We're checking those and writing back to everybody.
Yeah, and while we're at it, if you think that this could help somebody, if you know somebody that's feeling overwhelmed and you want to share this with them, we would love to be able to reach out to other people and help them too. Thank you.
Thanks,
we'll see you
Kelly.
next time.
Thanks, Sharon.